Welcome everyone, another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. This is my website, tokyorealestateman.website. Two ways of getting a hold of me. You can always give me an email there. There's a contact box there as well. Today, back in Nakano. Why are we in Nakano? Because this is kind of where the deals are in Tokyo, and I'm trying to get people close to the middle of Tokyo. Looked at this one video before. It's a really neat one. This one video, it says it's an evening walk in Nakano, but you can see right there that this is likely some sort of originally this might be even a riverway underneath here, and it's probably a large sewer drain right now. But in Tokyo, you see where this is, this little circle, that might be actually access to the piping underneath there. And this is probably a river with pipes going through it. All these sort of construction in these kind of areas were done in the 1960s and the 1970s, and they also turned the ground above these sort of old streams into little parks that you could walk in, and it's just a great design. And then this is a little look at the character of Nakano, and you can see there was some single family housing, but as we come into here, you'll see a rental apartment here on the right, some single family housing here on the left. Can advance the frame here to different points in the video, and it'll give us a little character. Nakano, of course, there's so much so close to Shinjuku, with such a huge population of people living there, so there's so many, like the everyday or the joyo shobai no business, which is the lots of everyday commercial businesses here in Nakano right there. And it looks to be an interesting store right there, an old kind of sakaya-san or a tobacco kind of store, which would be they're probably selling alcohol and tobacco probably in a store like that since the 1960s. Anyway, such great character to be here. Happy to be in Nakano here on this video using these sort of video resources. You see a sort of tile building here on the right from the 1980s. Just fun to look at it all. Ooh, there's a Delica right there. There's a Delica T500. Anyhow, cut over here to the map. Tokyo Real Estate Man, Ochisuite, which means calm down. Moving over here to the master map. We're looking. We can see all the red pill here. We're close to Shinjuku. What are we trying to do in this video today? We're trying to get you in places that are blue here, that are close to Shinjuku Station and close to Nakano Station. We know Shinjuku is just here to the right. A couple of such a popular neighborhood, Nakano. We can see here from just from the I love this site at home, because it lets us do this sort of rainbow analysis. And when we see a rainbow of colors, we know that there's demand for properties at every sort of price point. And we know that the base sort of how much is this little blue one here? We know that that's going to be here's one for 980 mon for a 14 meter unit. Let's have a look at this one. It's under 100,000 Canadian dollars. And looking at this one, it's going to be nothing special. There's nothing special in this. It's a very bottom of the bottom line sort of Tokyo unit. You're likely, if you're coming from the outside, you're going to need cash, but you'll be living in Tokyo rent-free for the rest of your life. Here is the building. There's just a 3 or 4 story building there. I don't know what floor this is going to be on. I didn't look at this listing at all. Tile building, likely built in the early 1980s, totally guessing. We see that there's what, a 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 25 units here in this building. So it's not as small as I thought. Concrete building. Yeah, there might need to be laundry hookups into the apartments at this point in time, because there's a coin laundry here downstairs. So anyhow, there might not also be an elevator. I think that this is the garbage room, okay, and they're showing this stairway here. Maybe there's no elevator, we don't know. Certainly at this price point, I would not be surprised. There's a place to park your bikes. 7-Eleven by there. We'll come down here to the details of the listing. What do we have here? Nishi Shinjuku Go Chome Eki, 5 minutes away, and that's on the Uedo line. On the Tokyo Metro Marunouchi line, away from Nakano Sakuunui Eki, 8 minutes. Anyway, we see the location is really well placed between Nakano and Shinjuku. What else do we have here? Pretty standard. Management fees of 76, 5,000 yen for the repair fund fees. I think it's on the first floor. I guess it's on the first floor. I think we'll have a look. It's south-facing unit, 14 meters on the first floor of a 5-story building, 5 units per floor, I guess. 1.72 meter balcony. Built, that was right, built in 1984. Of course, you have a place to park your bike. Nothing special, but you can get into the Tokyo market here for, I guess, 60,000 US dollars cash, and then you could own this apartment the rest of your life. I imagine you could rent this out for 60,000 or 70,000 yen and have income with it for the rest of your life. Other things that I kicked up, other units that I kicked up here in the neighborhood. This is a 30-meter unit in the neighborhood. We'll just go to the pictures right here. And I'm going to fire through this stuff pretty quickly. There's nothing special on this. This is 16,000 Canadian or 160,000 Canadian dollars in this sort of building. And I think it's a 30-meter. No, this one is a 16-meter one. But what interests me in this one is the laundry machine in this kitchen is a system I've never seen before. This is a pop-out laundry machine that tucks here into the to the kitchen cupboard. You can see the pipe going into it, and I guess the drain pipes are going here into the drain next door, which would be right underneath the sink, obviously. And that's a really good place to put it. I think there's storage too. I think that to the right here, that this door would open and you'd have places to put your detergent or pots if you'd want to combine the two. I, of course, probably wouldn't, in that I'm a health freak and I don't like those chemicals, and you're my pots. Okay, there we go. Nothing special, 16 meters. I think it's on the 10th floor of the 14th-story building. Come on down here to the listing details. And yeah, really well located. Nishi Shinjuku Go Chome Eki, 5 minutes, okay. Hatsudai, which is on the KO line, 10 minutes. Yeah, and this one here is on the Oedo line, which is the, I always don't know how to say, but this means Tokyo City Hall, which is, I think, Tocho Maeki, which is 14 minutes. That's what you call, is the name for Tokyo City Hall, Tocho. And then this one is actually in Shibuya Honcho Sanchome. Of course, in Shibuya Ward, but really operating well. Or really, this is not a Shibuya apartment. This is a Shinjuku apartment. Really cheap though. Management fees of 6,500 and repair fund fees of 3,000. I think there's 140 units in the building. Northwest facing. I'm assuming everything works. Says it's on IH range, of course, which is the electronic sort of device for cooking in the kitchen. 10th floor of a 14-story building, built 1985, 141 units in the building. 2 or 3, rough, just under 3-meter balcony, nice size. Ownership, currently, I guess, currently vacant, as you can see. Akia, which means vacant. Come on up here to the satellite map. You can see here Shinjuku Station is right there. We'll move in closer so you can see. It's on Yamate Dori. So Yamate Dori is one of the loop roads in Tokyo. It just runs in a loop. So this loop would go north to Ikebukuro Way, and then this goes south here to Shibuya Way. Okay, I don't know, we can move back a little bit to give you an idea. I think down here to the very bottom of the picture would be sort of Yoyogi Park right here. See, you can see Yoyogi or Park or Meiji Jingu. This is in this area. This is Shinjuku Gyoen, of course, the National Gardens, which are beautiful. If you ever have a chance to go there, it's very beautiful. Anyway, and the geography is great. You can basically walk, or if you had a bike, all this sort of the geography of the city really breaks apart with a bike. Electronic bike will smash it apart. Anyway, good listing. Maybe the other one for 98 is a little bit cheaper, but this has a better vertical placement. I think that other one wouldn't really I'm not sure if there's an elevator in that building, which kind of makes it a little bit of a questionable building to sort of buy in, unless it's on the bottom 3 floors. That's kind of my principle with it. That's my idea. For this unit, anyone coming from the domestic market interested in a unit like this or something similarly priced, you're looking, so if anything's just under 2 million or 20 million yen, or you'd say 2000 mon, or you'd say this one, 1630 man. Your payment per month is going to be about $500 Canadian a month, or roughly Gomon, which would be 50,000 yen. And I did plug in a 200 mon down payment with this one right here. Obviously, if you had 400 mon, we're going to be running at about 47, I'm guessing, every month for your payments. And did I actually calculate it? No, it didn't. Yeah, I was right, 46. So your savings portion is roughly 3 mon a month, or 30,000 yen, 300 Canadian. Your management fees here are running $100 Canadian a month, and your interest every day is about $2, or 6,000 yen per month. Yeah, the numbers are pretty good with something like this. And if you did live in a unit like this, you might be able to get financing. Generally, it's better for financing to have a unit that is about 30 meters, which would be this one next door, for example, which is I'm not going to go through the details of this listing. This one was in Nakano too. We can look at the pictures ever so briefly. This was a 30 meter unit, which is easier to get financing for. Banks like to give financing for stuff that's over 30 meters. Okay, again, you can see it's a low rise, 6-7 stories like that. You can see these are really useful pictures. You can see what is there, 20 units here in the building, for example. Okay, concrete building, likely built in the late 1970s. Looking at this, here I go expanding the video beyond the time frame I wanted. Here's the inside of the unit. It's dated, but it's not terrible. These floors look like everything's been sort of redone, half redone. This wasn't redone. This was done in the 1990s, and the kitchen was redone recently. So, and this was a sort of hot water system panel that you'd see from the 1990s, and that has not been redone. So it's sort of half been redone. New floors, but you can see all the old doors like that. Assuming that everything here in the apartment is working. 3 minutes away from Nakano. It says Nakano. What is that? Nakano? Shinjuku? Yeah, I can't see. My eyes are not popping in on that one. Very good. Anyway, very well located here in Nakano. There's the price. Management fees 7,000. Repair fund fees 9,000. That's a little higher than you'd see in the other ones here that we looked at here in the samples here. Anyway, this is sort of accessing the bottom end of the. We got one at 100,000 Canadian. We got one at 160. That's a little better vertical placement, for example. And then we have an older building. Looks 1970. Both other samples there were a little newer stuff into sort of mid 80s. 34 meter unit in a 1970 building, and this unit's on the first floor. That's not terrible. Actually, when you get stuff on the first floor, it kind of is a good way of operating, like having a house, like owning a concrete house. I have a unit on the first floor of a building and I really like it, and it's one unit actually that I keep for myself in Tokyo right now. It's a 55 meter unit, and it really operates like a house because it's on the first floor. That's a good way of looking at reinforced concrete in the first wave of 1970 buildings. Shoryuken, which is ownership. Everything we looked at today here is ownership, of course. We could pop in here and look at the you have this riverway here, walk right there. We could pop out so you can see the location of where it sits in relation to Shinjuku, which of course is the mammoth Jupiter planet of this area, pulling all the gravity. You can see the gravity of Jupiter is pulling all these lines in towards it anyways. This highway is going into Shinjuku. These train stations are going into Shinjuku. You can see the Sobu line here to the north is going into Shinjuku. So again, Shinjuku is really like Jupiter in Tokyo. It's just pulling, this location is being pulled in here to Shinjuku, which is why you want to be involved in it. Coming here to the satellite pictures, you can see, we can try to pop in closer so you can see what the immediate environment is. There's going to be a lot of sort of single family housing, but here along the river right here, you can see some larger sort of buildings. But fair, I think it would be a very sort of peaceful environment, but everything commercially that you need, anything places would be of course available. Here's a supermarket, which you call in Japanese supa, and you can see there's like three. There's one with that are about 3 minutes away. We can imagine that these are about 10 minutes away. If I hit the convenience store, this map is just going to fill with them. And no, I actually didn't. So I'm surprised. You can see there it is. There, I didn't see the character, but I can see it in English. It said it's Nakano Shimbashi Eki is the one right there, and it's like right there. So unbelievably convenient. But again, so close to Shinjuku. If you had a bike, all this sort of, the bike would break all this geography apart of this sort of area. Electric bike makes Shibuya easily accessible. Of course, there's never going to be any car options for anyone that got this apartment. This is the total Tokyoite, and you're going to live like everyone else lives in this neighborhood, which is basically apartments, except for these lucky. Even here, do you see? I don't see many single-family houses here in this area. Here, maybe if you pop out here, you might see a few. Yeah, most of this stuff is all filling in. So whether that's going to bring any sort of, these are danchis, of course, which are Japanese sort of public housing. Is redevelopment coming to this area? You might get lucky in a building like this and this one, because they might combine at one point and build something really nicer, as this land, which is close to, of course, the Jupiter planet of Shinjuku, could bring development in your lifetime. I don't know. It's really tough to say. End on this sort of YouTube video right here. Give you a little character of what it's like. You see the mother and the son walking in Shinjuku. It looks like it might have rained. She's got an umbrella right there, but gives you an idea of the character of this neighborhood, which is really close to the Jupiter planet of Shinjuku, of course. いつもこのチャンネル見ている皆様ありがとうございます。今日の中野の動画も楽しかった。It's fun to look at these videos. I really enjoy it. Tokyo Bull Market is running, and this is kind of the bottom level of pricing I'm seeing here in Tokyo. Beautiful florists right there. That's the one thing you get when you own these apartments like this, is you have access to this supermarkets, culture, restaurants. Everything is just accessible. And I would say that all three of these units, look at this little jinja sort of set up here that has probably been here for like who knows, even centuries. Isn't it beautiful? Just love it. This is the kind of thing that you have access to when you buy an apartment like that, and you can have it the rest of your life. Anyway, another video here. いつもこのチャンネル見てる皆様ありがとうございます。今日中野からありがとうございます。この動画でも終わりです。